Good morning, guys. I am so sorry. It has been crazy. I thought I was all organized and I was charging some lights and what have you, and then it was just like, hang on a second, my webcam, my main webcam just wouldn't work, so I had to reset everything. So it just took a minute. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like the chat's coming up on screen. So I'm just going to see what I can do about that. So we'll see how that's going. I'm just going to move it around just to see if it needs to get above something else. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, so let me know. That would be great. So hi everybody in the chat. I can't seem to make the chat scroll on the screen today, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, and I've just realized in doing this I forgot to grab my coffee, and anyway, it's all not good. The chat is not appearing, so I'm gonna have to, what am I gonna do? Why is that not appearing? I didn't change anything. What are the defaults? Okay, let me just see if I can control C that into the chat. Control V. Okay, we might have to go without the chat today, guys, on screen. That is, that just on screen. I can still see the live chat as it comes through YouTube. I just can't seem to get it on screen for whatever reason. So, there we go. There it is. Sorry, guys. I hadn't put it above the background. So let me just fix up the sizing of it. So that was 650. Oops. 600. Sorry guys, it's been one of those mornings. Alright, so now we just need to get it to show us the bottom part of the chat. Alright, that was my idea. Okay, so we're not too far off, so that's cool. Alright, hi, how's it going? Sorry about that. Tammy can't, oh, very funny Tammy, I just had a heart attack then. So Gamer Widows just cut her knitting for Afterthought Heels. Yeah, okay. Everyone's all good, everyone's here. So, I've had a fun morning. Oh, first things first, hang on a second, that's just not quite, there we go. First things first, I may have to bolt, but I'll stay running. It's just I'm expecting a delivery today. Fingers crossed that it's some more yarn to dye, so we will have to wait and see. I got carded yesterday and it was like 5 or 10 minutes after Abby and I went out, so it was just crazy. So we had like lots of stuff then. So at some stage today, hopefully I'll be getting, if it's what I think it is, because it just it could be some little tiny thing that I've also ordered, because I ordered a lot of stuff. That's a downside of sitting at home with a busted leg and all you can do is research and that kind of thing, is you end up buying all the things you've been meaning to buy for ages and ages and ages. So I have got about, I don't know, 11 parcels on their way. Oops. But this particular courier company normally only delivers one thing to me, and I am hoping that it is 40 kilos of yarn. So it will be Sunflower and Andromeda. So in Andrew's asking, did I get my camera? Yes, I did. It's come. I haven't had a chance to play with it or learn how to do much on it. But one of the other things I got was this little, I'm going to lift it up. I don't know if you can see that light? That's my new, oh, now I've destroyed that camera. Thanks, Chantel, because you're clever. That's my new Aperture ALM9 light. You got to see a lot more mess than I anticipated. Hang on. I've dropped off the screen and now everything's running in a delay. Hang on a second. There we go. All right. No one wants to see that, Chantel. Move it over that way. There we go. No one minds seeing a mouse, but they don't want to see the rest of it. So see this? See this pile of spaghetti? That was from me going, oh, today in the live stream, I might actually crochet up some more of this blanket that I haven't done in ages. So, yeah, hello, failage. I'm like, right, I know I had to pull out a whole pile of stuff. I had to get it all, like, I knew that I'd made a mistake, like I'd missed a set of instructions, and I'd just sort of gone off on what I was doing. So I've pulled back like 1, 2, 3 rounds. So 3 complete rounds. Hang on, there we go. So it was like 1, 2, 3 rounds, but in the yellow, all the way, like it's getting, you know, a decent size. And only for me to realize that I'd actually fixed the mistake and had it ready just to keep going. So I pulled out, I don't want to think about how many hours of work for no good reason other than the fact that I pulled it out. So that was great. I know I'm very careful how I lay my yarn vomit out, Kim, so we won't be watching me unknot it. So yes, so let me see. We've got good mornings to Marion and Brian and Andrew and Kim, Anka. I did, and Vanessa, Nerdy Stitcher. I spotted Grace in there earlier saying hello. So yeah, hi to everybody. I have prizes for today, and in honor of me picking my crochet hook back up, does everybody remember my Dragon Scales cowl in the beautiful grey silk? Like, I love this thing so much. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving away, now it's not the identical grey because it's all hand dyed, nothing's identical, but I have a skein of beautiful grey silk in the Milky Way 100 grams, which is enough to make the cowl, and also the hook that goes with it, so that you can make your own beautiful grey Dragon Scales cowl. So I have that to give away. Also a skein of the bright blue in the beautiful Andromeda, which I absolutely love working. I think something is digging in your background. I don't think so. Unless it's you, Kim. So yeah. Oh, let me know if it's buffering a bit more than usual. It's school holidays in this area, and I'm really sorry about the buffering and what have you that we've got. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's not a lot I can really do. We just have to kind of suck it up. Oh, dinging in the background. Oh, I haven't. You're right. There is. I forgot to mute my computer, and it was I was being people were liking my Instagram posts, so you know, I like that. Yeah, I'm a bit in love with this blue yarn too. See, I'm always thrown, Ruby Grace, by your ruby handle. So yeah, so and then last night, I'm not sure if anyone saw, but I posted up some bits and bobs of me working on my photos. So the photos that I took in last week's live stream where I did the photography. So I finished I finished editing a lot of those photos, so they all uploaded last night, and I've just got to get them into the right places onto my website, and so that yarn will all be available. So thank you so much for chatting with me during that live stream. It encouraged me just to sit down and get that job done. Now I have a lot more photography to do, so I may actually next week at some stage, not on a Tuesday or a Thursday, but just as an aside, I'll probably do another productivity stream. I found it really helpful to me just having you guys there chatting. Please don't feel like you have to or anything silly like that, but it does make a huge difference to me knowing that there's someone there to talk to while I'm doing some of these jobs. I'm just going to have a little quick read through the chat here. Lots of people loving the blue. Both yarns are gorgeous. Do you look, I have asked Abby to jump offline, and I believe she has, because I'm getting my normal stream the normal, oh, I've just clicked everything closed again, the normal stream feed that I get from the house, but I've got a feeling that based on the fact that it's school holidays, people outside of my house don't care that I'm live streaming, and I have to share this network with lots of people. Nettie Stitcher says it might be her network. Oh, Andrew, I totally understand why you don't let her use her real name. I really do, totally. And if you guys would prefer me to call you Ruby when you're in chat so that people, you know, don't put two and two together, please let me know. There are a lot of boxes in the back. There are a lot of boxes, Ruby. I have lots of stock here to dye. Like this, most of that is undyed yarn, if I'm really honest. But I can't dye at the moment. I can't stand up long enough to do it. So I'm going to try and work out a way just to do some little bits at a time, just so I can finish off and get, I just need some more grey in the sunflower, and then I'll have kits ready for more rainbow sock kits. So I just, even just 2 skeins at a time would be good. Yeah, my knee is not good. It is accepting ice on all occasions. Well, ice as in ice packs. I should probably clarify that. So it is, yeah, it's not fantastic, and I just have to be really careful on it. But at the same time, I still have a life to live, and I still have things to do, and I still want to do stuff for Abby, and I still want to do stuff for the business. I've just got to work out some different ways to get around it. I've got an appointment with a surgeon, but it's not for a little while. And so crochet loud as someone's cutting down branches outside. Oh, I hate that. I've got dogs barking out. Speaking of crochet, I should probably do some. Now, I haven't really tested this new camera setup that I've got here. I'm going to take a little photo of it, and I'll put it up on Instagram later. And there we go. My little web. Oh, destroying all the things. Let's just not. Okay. Let's just not mess things around. So, have you guys all gone and smashed that like button and shared out that we're live and all that sort of stuff? There we go. I'll take the photo like that. We'll see if we'll focus on that. There we go. The things that we do have. Oh, I'll take a photo of you guys. Where are we going? There are a lot of, yeah, the productivity streams really help for me. I don't know, like, if they're, you know, useful for you guys or anything like that. I'm, you know, a human selfish being, so look at me, not worrying about that. 9 upvotes, excellent. Thanks, Nettie Stitcher. I'm gonna just move this camera around a little. Do you guys mind if you watch me crochet upside down? Or do you prefer to watch in the right way up? See, Ruby knows what to do. She liked it before the stream even started. Okay, now, little housekeeping. There we go. Look, I'm just going to do it like that. And I'll just pull that back a little and push it up there. There we go. I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? Okay, so housekeeping. In the description down below are 2 links. One link is for this pattern, for the fireworks. I'm going to lift it back up again. You ready? For this fireworks crochet rug that I'm making out of my scrap yarn. I've got like nearly 180 gram balls. But anyway, scrap. So it's all the leftovers from Abby's blanket, which was supposed to be made out of leftovers, which I bought my yarn for because that's what I do. Oh, there we go, guys. Hang on 1 second.
Fibrific sup.
watching the courier now try and fight with my gate, which is hilarious because he's not going to win. And he gave up because that's what most people do. Did Abby jump in the stream in her pajamas? Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. This is where we all run amok in chat. Totally it is. Good morning, everybody. I know, the dogs are crazy. That happens every time someone comes over, and especially if it's couriers coming right to the door. Abby is running around. She's making me a coffee now. Love the dogs. It's like at your house. Your dogs are confused. I didn't carry any boxes, so I got them to just drop them at the front door for me.
What's with the cup and the red stuff?
The cup. Oh, do you want to bring me that?
What is it?
I made a barocca to get through today and I haven't drunk it yet. So no, I haven't carried any boxes, but in here I have got 22 kilos of sunflower has arrived. No Andromeda as yet. So I got half my order, which half is better than none. Half is better than none. So I'm pretty excited. So I'm actually going to, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to open the boxes outside and bring it in cone at a time rather than try and carry those boxes. Because A, they're heavy. They're like 10 kilo boxes each. And B, there's like 2 cones in these massive, like these boxes are huge boxes. And they put 2 cones in them, and so the boxes get all misshapen. And anyway, they always arrive like in bad condition. So like the yarn's fine, but the boxes always end up a bit like. So yeah, I'll just rip those open. And the other day I sat outside. 22 kilos will keep me busy for a long time. Yes, it will. And I'm on nervous tender hooks at the moment because there's a small possibility that my supplier for sunflower may not be able to continue supplying. So I was like ordering like heaps of stuff so that I could have some for a long time before I have to make any terrible decisions, which I hate. Anyway, when you get your when you get your student loans paid off, you're going to buy tons of yarn. I know what that's like. Well, not student loans, but things to pay off before you can buy the yarn. All right, so back to fun stuff. What were we talking about before the courier came? And, you know, the dogs went psycho and... oh, I was telling you about... Okay, so housekeeping. Housekeeping is what I was talking about. In the description box down below, I have put the link to this pattern. It is not free. It is worth every cent. Buy this pattern. It's fantastic. It's easy to use. Lots of colourful pictures and graphs. I'm not going to let you see any of the words because, you know, I'll get in trouble. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You're a legend. Thank you. Okay, coffee over there. Rocket drink there. Okay, so where are we at for time? 10:23. Off you go. Hi. And then also in the comments, also in the description down below, I've popped a link to the YouTube tutorial and also the Ravelry page for this this cow. So even if you don't happen to win the yarn, even if you don't happen to win the silk and the hook, you can still make a, my brain is running at 100 miles now. Even if you don't win the silk and the hook and you want to make the Dragon Scales cow, which in all honesty, who doesn't want to make a Dragon Scales cow? Because they're quick, they're easy, they look gorgeous, and they're comfy and squishy. So what more do you want in a cow? So yeah, so there's links for those below. I'm just looking at my cowl and it's got like fluff on it. It's got dog hair on it is what it's got on it. Let me look here. Kim has put all her stitches from one sock onto waist yarn so that she can do the other sock with 2 circulars. Abby and hubby's trip was great. They had a great time. Lots of skiing. Yeah, I did say you. Sorry, honey. Yeah, lots of skiing. They went and had some fun in Canberra. Yeah. Is that cowl comprised of puff stitches? No, it is not. So the link for the video is in down below, so it's a step-by-step tutorial, so you'll be able to see how I do it, but it's not technically not a puff stitch. Do you change your setup for pre-recorded videos? The audio sounds different this week. I don't think I did change the setup. I may have changed it. I may have bumped a dial or something. I'll have to have a look. I'll check. Sorry, was it different bad? I hope it wasn't bad. I hate bad audio. That really bothers me. I have to confess, in editing that video this week, I was exhausted by the time I finished doing it, and then I actually fell asleep talking to Abby, had to finish the edit in the morning, and so it wasn't like a continuous process like it normally is, so I feel like there's all sorts of things that are just, anyway, it's probably not my best work. Yeah, it just sounded like you're further away from the mic. No, I don't know, distance wise it wasn't any further away. It might have been, I may have just had the pickup set lower on the actual microphone recorder, so I'll check that and make sure I don't do it again, because yeah, it may have just made things harder. Or I may have actually, I think, oh, now that I think about it, I think I did turn some volume down in the audio editing software that I use. So I'll double check that too. Maybe I didn't turn it down for me to hear it. Maybe I actually turned it down in the recording. That would be good. Yeah, that would have been really clever. Abby's room looks fab. Where did I get those light boxes from? Those light boxes are from IKEA. They are in the light section. I spotted them up in the kids area, like when I was sort of waddling through the rooms to get to where I wanted to find and double check some stuff. Abby's just sneaking past. Excuse me. So, here she comes. She's so subtle, isn't she? She's like, you wouldn't even know she was here. Yeah, I think they're about $38 each. Something like that. $38, $40 for them. Is that a clover hook? Yes, it is a clover hook. It's a clover hook 3.5 mil. I love clover hooks. I like soft grip hooks actually. So anything with a grip. I sell clover hooks through my website when I can get them. I can't always get them, and I can't always get all the sizes at the moment. I don't believe I have any in stock, which is frustrating. I'll have to fix that. Oh, you're using a clover hook? Look, I think they're great. I like these soft grips. I'm not a huge fan of the ones with the wider brown grips. I find that just to be a smidge too firm. So yeah, they're not my favorite of hooks. I mean, I prefer them over a straight metal hook for sure. But if I had to choose between a soft grip and I don't even know what they're called, then yeah, I used to use straight, the basic boy steel hooks. Like, I probably got one around somewhere, but just a straight hook. And I used to use them all the time. And then I was doing some work for Jenny King of Jenny King Designs. She is an amazing Australian crochet designer. If you have not checked her out, you need to check her out. So jennyking.com.au, is it just .com or .com.au? I don't know. I'll have to check now. But she has... She needed me to do, I had a job that I needed to do on quite a short time frame, and she lent me one of her clover ones with the little grip, like the flat ones. And I was like, that was really cool. So that made a huge difference. And I was able to, I think I crocheted the majority of a dress in about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. And then... Okay, Abs. And then I started having some problems, not because of the hook, but because of not using that sort of hook. And I found that I moved over to the Tulip, the Edamo hooks, which are really cushion gripped. I really like those. They made a huge, huge difference, especially when I had to do, when I had to crochet 10 hours a day. to meet deadlines and stuff like that, which I've no problems with deadlines. I love deadlines. I like to work to a deadline. But, you know, it makes it much easier if you've got the right kind of hooks to make it so that you can enjoy it. So, I mean, I've talked to people who are like, oh, I don't like to crochet because, you know, it hurt. And then you find out that they used a plastic hook or something that just, it would have diminished their experience. It was like, you know, in my video where I talk about supplying beginners with decent hooks, it's not even beginners that need decent equipment. It's everybody needs decent equipment. Our bodies break, as I've, you know, found out recently. And if we're going to be doing something in a repetitive manner, like knitting, like crocheting, I'm just going to tilt this down just a smidgy bit. There we go. I feel better. I feel better framed. But yeah, so if we're going to continue to do something like knitting, like crocheting, any of our crafts that are repetitive, and you know your hands are moving, or even, you know, wiring, even my jewelry tools for making blinglets have got cushion grip handles on them, because I have to continuously do it. And you do end up causing damage to your wrists and to your joints and to your muscles. And so if you are not upgrading your tools to make it so that you can do this, you're going to end up in pain, and you may even end up having to get like carpal tunnel surgery and like horrible things like that, which I would hate to have happen. But if you need it, you need it. It's a bit like me with the knee. I don't really want to do anything with it, but you know, you get to a point where you have to. But we have to look after our bodies. We have to look at our posture. We have to look at our shoulders. We have to look at everything to make sure that we are, hang on, there we go, to make sure that we are making it so we're not damaging ourselves in our fun. My mum couldn't crochet for ages because of arthritis in the hands. I gave her one of my clover hooks and she loves it. That's the thing, like if your fingers retain water or get puffy for whatever reason, I've got osteoarthritis in my knees, but I don't have it in my hands as such as yet, at least not that I know of. But soft grips, and even if it gets really bad, those big eggs where you can screw in the different tips, means that they don't have to close their hands at all. They just need to move their wrists. So so many good options for people to continue on with the crafts and the, you know, the passions that we have. You just have to really be, we have to be aware of our tools, and we have to be aware of the role that they play in the damage to our bodies, and then decide, should I just spend that extra couple of bucks and upgrade from this style hook to another style hook if it's going to save all of this sort of trouble? I mean, and obviously if you hunch down, if you know, there's other things as well, but if you can save a bit of strain on your hands, that's one thing, isn't it? My clovers were an investment. I was using my crochet as rehab after breaking my arm. I also have rheumatoid arthritis in my hands, so the best quality hooks were needed. Exactly right. I missed a comment here. Spiteful said, Crafty Cam is inspiring some instant noodle cravings. It really does look like instant noodles, doesn't it? It really does. How long ago was that? Oh, there we go. It's not too far behind. Crafty Cam's not too far, like the live chat's not too far behind this time. So that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, so we've got to look after ourselves. We've got to, what am I doing here? Just straight through. Abby's peering at me through the window. She's creepy. She wants to see It, and I'm like, Abby, it's a horror movie. It's going to be terrifying. You freaked out in the Ghostbusters. You are not going to cope with It. She's like, no, I will. I'll be fine. I was expecting Ghostbusters to be funny, and I wasn't expecting the scares. And I was like, oh, geez, I don't want to see It. Abby really does. Maybe I should just take her to see it and then just be prepared to walk out and deal with it. And we'll go and see like the first morning session or something. We should give away something, shouldn't we? Should we give away something? Okay, so there's a question for the giveaway. The first thing we're going to give away is the blue Andromeda. So this one here, this is going to be the first one that we're going to give away. This camera is not doing... Actually, it's really hard to get photos of this one. Ask me how I know. I had to edit the photo like 6 times to try and just get it to... Anyway, it's a really pretty blue. It's like it's a bright blue. It's not a turquoise blue. So, the question for today...
Can I say it?
I have to make it up.
Okay.
What?
Can I make it up?
Alright, Abby's got the question for today.
Can it be like a random question?
It can be random, but it has to be appropriate.
Okay.
So duck down.
Does it have to be yarn appropriate?
Nope.
Or,
Just a question.
what's your favourite movie?
There you go. What is your favourite movie?
Not your friends, yours.
Yeah, because Abby's things quite often aren't her favourites, they're her friends' favourites. You need to brush your hair. So you tell me what your favourite movie is, and you go in for a chance to win this bright blue. So in the meantime, oh, who's a Star Trek fan? Have you seen Discovery? It's on Netflix. I've watched the first episode. I've been hanging out to watch the second, but I haven't had time.
Gone with the Wind. It's at the cinema. Serenity.
Oh wow, I love Serenity. That was such a good movie too. Look at and Princess Bride, Citizen Kane. You guys are all like,
Labyrinth.
oh, Labyrinth is fantastic. I just watched The Dark Crystal again not long ago. For some reason in my brain, Labyrinth and Dark Crystal go together. The Lion King. Actually, I was watching. No, this is not that one.
Yeah,
It's like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the in the jungle. Oh,
Yeah, that's the wrong thing, honey. The Lego Batman movie, I have not seen it yet, Ruby. So that would be cool. So, isn't, you know what? Something that I want to watch live is on right now. It's like, go away. Stop taunting me.
Chicken Run. Chicken Run.
The Dark Crystal, the
Chicken
fizz
Run.
gig in the...
Chicken Run.
Abby likes the Chicken Run. Anything superhero, MCU, DC, anything Disney, I like to not to have to think and just escape reality, yeah. I have seen Rogue One. I actually own Rogue One on Blu-ray. I've now seen it a couple of times.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Abby's seen it as well. Rogue One was great. I really liked it. I think it was very different to the other... Oh, my God. Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, those movies were dreadful. Like good. Like they were like that genre of movie. Oh, Brian likes It. But he likes the old It. Like the terrifying... Was that...
SS Georgie.
No, who played It in the original?
Stephen King.
No, he wrote the book in the original movie. What was it? The guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show, who Tim Curry. That's it. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Tim Curry and fishnets. That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, my brain just melted. I saw him in a a couple of parter on Criminal Minds, and he just played a terribly good bad guy in that, and it was terrifying. And I was like, oh my God, I can't watch.
My favourite movie, which I need to watch, is Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, you do totally need to watch that.
And I have a poster and a book.
I love Rocky Horror. I love Rocky Horror so much. I had the records of it, and my brothers, see, that's how old I am. My brother hated it so much, he actually forked the record. And so my mum bought me the cassette tapes. They were participation tapes. So they had the audience like yelling out stuff. So I know lots.
I like Cool Runnings.
Nerdy Stitcher, Star Trek is not on your Netflix. What do you mean? Nerdy Stitcher, are you in Australia or are you in the US? Because if you're in the US, you're not getting the deal. You've got to do it through, is it CBS All Access? Which is like, okay. You hate Rocky Horror. Pretty in Pink. The Roald Dahl movies are really good.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, Abby loves that one. She watches that one a lot.
She's in there.
Oh, Nerdy Stitcher, I'm sorry about that. But if you get the opportunity...
We'll send you the copyrighted movie.
No, we will not send you anything illegal. but totally, if you get the opportunity to hang at someone's house or something like that where you've got access to see it. I watched the first episode and it's really promising. Okay, so our winner for the 8-ply yarn is going to... I'm just going back through all the... so you pick a name. So...
Come here, stop.
Alright, stop. Who did you choose?
Nerdy Stitcher.
Nerdy Stitcher. There you go. Nerdy Stitcher, you have won the blue Andromeda yarn.
She got one of this one.
No, it's not yours. You don't get to win yarn. You're family of the business. Hang on a second. Just got to move that back down to the lives. Nerdy Stitcher. So I need you, Nerdy Stitcher, to message me through YouTube. You'll have to do it from a desktop. It's alright, Abby.
The eye.
No, there's an eye there. Look, it's
invisible.
It's an invisible. Just leave me alone. Stop picking on me. She's picking on me.
Sorry,
oh, hang on.
Show.
So I'm just writing it down. Bright blue Andromeda.
Good job, Nerdy Stitcher.
Okay, there we go. Oh, nearly dropped it. Don't want to do that. Okay, so so it's so easy to fall down the trap of movies, isn't it? It's like, that's like absolutely a good place to go.
This is my fault, isn't it?
It is. Like, we're all like, oh, we like these movies and these movies and these movies. It's great.
I'm sorry. I like plants.
It's awesome, Abby. It's awesome.
Talk about my plants. I got a plant succulent from IKEA and some cute coloured... I'll just show you.
Oh dear. Yeah, so she's been having fun at IKEA too. So I've been to IKEA 2 times in the last week and to the Hyperdome 2 times in the last week. For someone who's not supposed to be walking around, I'm doing an awful lot of walking. My fitness app on my phone is really happy.
This is the light purple one, but I put the succulent in it and it's outside.
So there you go. These are her little pots. So we've got to go shopping at Bunnings today to get her some seeds because she wants to grow some stuff. Abby's totally taken over. It's the Abby show now, guys. So, thank you, Nerdy Stitcher. I appreciate that. We'll get that out to you very soon. I'm not sure how long it takes to post the US. Sometimes it's really quick. Sometimes it's really slow. It just depends. So, so we'll just... Oh, it's the bird. You remember how, I think it was last year, I had problems with that peewee that was just flying backwards and forwards and whacking my car? Well, he's back. And he's doing it again. He just takes out the side mirror. I put videos of butterflies and a rabbit on my channel if Abby likes that stuff. I will have to, because she totally does, and I will show her, but not right now. Because Nerdy Stitcher has got a channel as well. And she's editing a squirrel video right now.
Squirrels! And
she's got butterflies and bunnies, but...
it's like a weird magpie looking bird.
Yeah, it's a peewee is like a smaller version of a magpie.
But the more idiotic one.
Yeah, I agree. They seem to be a bit dumber than magpies. Abby, don't be jumping on YouTube right now, please, honey, because we're all hanging out here and it'll crash. We went to IKEA too. Got to go back because the door for the cabinet I bought was broken. Oh, that's so frustrating. I just had to go back because I needed more things. Just had to buy more stuff. There was no real reason other than the fact that I needed to buy more things. And having Abby with you makes it take longer because we had to go back. I hadn't bought her a desk to go with all of her stuff. And so she had, not the desk, a chair. So she had a new desk. I
already had this in my camera roll, but it's also known as a magpie lark.
There you go. Peewees are known as magpie larks.
And it's called Growlinocyanogleuca.
All right, there you go.
It looks like
my craft room. Oh, echidnas are crazy. They walk so fast. They like bolt around. Like you think they're going to be like slow lumbering little things, but they're really fast. Try and get a photo of one while they're moving around is hilarious. I need to exchange the wrong cube boxes. It sounds like we're all off to IKEA again. You'll have to send me a message.
Are we going to IKEA again?
No, we may be. Or I might go once you're back at school.
No. I'm awesome. I have to come.
We have magpie larks headbutting the mirror mosaics. Yeah. I don't know what it is about them and mirrors. They just are
They
obsessed.
just want to attack the reflection because they think it's them.
They do. They totally do. Let's have a look here. So, last week we had a problem with the numbers for the stream not matching up, but I think this time around that we've got it closer to reality.
The most pathetic thing, we got sloths crossing the road on YouTube.
Oh, sloths crack me up so much. I love sloths. Child-free IKEA so we can coffee too. Totally. Totally. Abby always wants to come to IKEA. She loves it there. All right, Abs, off you go, honey.
I split my stitches.
Yes, it is. Off you go. So there you go. So I was gonna say, what are you all working on while we're sitting here talking? I mean, you've seen what I'm working on. I'm working on my little crochet blanket, trying to fix up the yarn bath mistake I made. God, that was, I didn't even like, because I was like looking at the pattern and I was just ripping, and then I got to the point where these little corners are, and that's what I thought I was ripping back to put in, and I was just like, oh man, that's like hours worth of work. So yeah, so that was great. That was so cool. So Andrea lost count of her socks and has had to do an extra row of grey. The road trip shawl, self-striping socks, cable shawl border socks myself. Do you know what? I actually think, oh sorry, I just fully whacked the microphone, so sorry about that. I actually think I'm going to make a pair of those rainbow socks for myself, because Abby has totally claimed the other, well, I mean claimed, I did make them for her. I made them to fit her. So, you know, she hasn't really claimed them, has she? So as long as you remember to do the same with the second sock. That's totally true. Ruby's working on nothing. Why not? Just, you know, you don't just sit and watch YouTube. Who does that? No one just sits there and watches. You've got to be working on something. Poppies for the war memorial. I see, I can't even say it. Awesome. That's awesome. A seacoast jumper. I feel like I know that. I'll have to Google that and have a look. I'll write it down so I can see. Seacoast jumper. Okay, I've nearly finished that, so I can drink my coffee in a sec. Oh, you know when you have that last sip of your Barocca and it's going to be really bad, and you're just like, oh. That wasn't terrible. Grace is doing nothing because I won't teach her how to knit or crochet. You know, Grace, there's this place called YouTube, and like there's these people called YouTubers who make videos to teach how to do stuff. So you could totally teach yourself how to do it, unless there's a particular reason why your mum hasn't taught you yet. Just putting that out there. I sit and watch. I need mummy to teach me. Oh yep. Knit. You don't have to have your mum teach you how to do it. Knit long socks with proper hot heels and no holes, thanks to Stacy. So I'm taking, you didn't like the heels and the toes of the heels and the shaping of these, of the rainbow socks, Brian? And you won't share hooks. That's hilarious. Well, you'll just have to try and win some. I did 2 rounds of my toe sock, but I think I might swap projects so that I don't have to concentrate. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I've got projects that I can work on, like, where I don't have to think, and then I've got projects like my beaded lace where I really need to concentrate and not do, like, that's why I don't do them on live stream. Rainbow socks now working. I'm not sure what that means. Hang on a second. It's been a little while since I've done this one, so I've just got to double check how they like to join the corners and the rounds. So, because that took all that time to do half a round, just so you know. That's how long these rounds are taking me. I think it's a joining chain 1 and join to the top of the single crochet. Okay, There we go, single crochet, done that. Then sorry guys, I'm just, once I get past this corner, you had hole in both your gussets. Oh, that's annoying. Might have just been how you're stitching, I'm not sure. 2d6. Okay. Alright. Sorry. Did you finish your river mitts? No, I have not finished them yet. I'm still working on them. They are, where am I up to? I have nearly finished the inner, you know how it's like the double layer? So I've nearly finished the inner one. I joined back up after the thumb and it's still going, but that's, you know, that one's sitting out in the lounge room. I can do that one while I'm watching TV. That's a good one for this sort of stuff. So I'm still going on those. Where am I up to? So I've done row 9. So I'm just doing 4 rounds and filling a U shape. All right, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at, you guys. It's all good. It's all good. So the river mitts are gorgeous. They really are. I was so chuffed when I found that pattern, and it's another pattern. It's not free, but totally worth the money. I love it when you get a good pattern. I get really, I'm in 2 frames, right? So when it comes to free patterns, I don't expect anything from the designer because she's already given me something. I don't expect pattern support. I don't expect anything. And I read some of these things sometimes about some of the demands that people make on free patterns, and I just sort of shake my head. I just think, you know, it's just frustrating. Oh, hi, little Miss Abby. Welcome to the chat. But yeah, so I find that frustrating. You know, you've gotten something for free, and I'm just really grateful that I scored something for free, really, is what it boils down to. But when it comes to paid patterns, I get frustrated when the designer, it's like you've bought it and it's crickets if someone needs help, or that they've written it in such a way that you can't understand it, like it was obviously not pattern tested, but then you've had to pay like $6 or $7, and now with Ravelry charging GST, you might see $7 USD, but we're charged $7.70 USD, and it's just, yeah, because it's the 10% on top of the US dollar amount, not on the Australian dollar amount at the end. But it's just really, really frustrating. Oh yes, we're doing until 11:30. That's right. Kim's right. We have an hour and a half stream now. Yeah, we have sales tax. We have 10% sales tax on everything except for a handful of things like luxury items and other things that are not luxury, that somehow still are considered luxury, which I think is stupid. But anyway, yeah, so I've got no qualms with paying GST. It's just something that you have to do sometimes. And there's all sorts of rules around it. But I do get frustrated when I pay for a pattern and it doesn't work. And it bothers me a lot. Yes, women's products. That's exactly right. That was exactly what I was thinking of, Kim. Things that are considered a luxury item that aren't a luxury item, that somehow we have to pay sales tax on it. So yeah, I don't quite understand how they came up with that one. I'm sure there was some sort of justification. Sorry, I'm just moving things around. But yeah, it's a bit crazy how all that works. It's a bit crazy. But yeah, but when it comes to paid patterns, I'm happy to pay for a good pattern. Like, honestly, I am totally happy to pay for a good pattern. And this, the River Mitts, she's got video tutorials to help explain some of the things. You know, she's got like other bits, and like, it's just really well done. I'm really enjoying the whole process of it. So I would happily suggest River Mitts. And this pattern is, like, it's not free, but it's not dear. Oh, hey Trish, how you going? Yeah, I think in the US, different states have it and different states don't have it. In Australia, it's national. So everyone pays sales tax everywhere. I'm making I'm making something off camera. It is called the Fireworks Blanket by Becky Simmons. I've got the link to the pattern in the description down below if you want to have a look. But yeah, like I have no qualms paying for a good pattern. You know, it's only a couple of bucks normally. Sometimes they're getting a bit pricey, like who was it, Boo Knits. Hers are in British pounds, and the British pound to the dollar is not great. It's not nice. But I've found that with hers, if I'm better off buying like a booklet which has got sometimes up to 5 or 6 patterns for like, you know, £22 versus buying one single pattern for £8. So yeah, it's I skipped a stitch, hang on. So yeah, so it's, you know, and hers are another one, just pay for them because they're phenomenal. Don't even think twice. Even the USD, the GP, yeah, it's interesting. I'm actually waiting on some more Chow-Gu to come through from the US, and I'm watching the Aussie dollar is dropping a little bit, and I'm like, oh, don't do that, because I'll get to a point where it'll drop and I'll end up having to pay customs and import duties. A good pattern so worth the cost. Collections are often much better value. Yeah, if you've got a designer that you like, that you know you're going to do more of, totally get the collections, I reckon. Where are we at to? The USD to Canada is wrong. Okay, wow. So in the US you've got state taxes and even sometimes city taxes. That's a new concept to me. Does it help? Like, is it a good thing? Can you buy? No, you can't buy it. You've got to buy it through the US. You can't buy it from the factory. AUD to Canada isn't as bad. No, that's true. That is totally true. It's bizarre how it works. And even the Australian dollar to the New Zealand dollar is, you know, I mean, they're pretty close now, which is good for New Zealand, not so good for us. Yeah, and look, in all honesty, Nerdy Stitcher, most Chinese companies charge in US dollars anyway. So you've still got to do it that way. I've got a supplier that I get all my buttons from in China, and I have to pay in US dollars. The tax I pay go to schools, infrastructure, etc. Same. Yeah, I think it's just because our country is smaller. It's probably easier to do things on a federal scale. We have local government, state government, and national government or federal government, and we pay GST, which goes to the federal government, and then they divvy it up to the states, and there's always bickering and argument over which states are getting the biggest cut of the pie, and, you know, politicking. It's just what happens. But we don't have any individual state taxes, as far as I'm aware. Well, at least we don't in Queensland, and I know we didn't in New South Wales. So yeah, it's Vanessa wrote the US tax structure is too complicated. Yeah, it's way complicated. I'm just whacking this camera here with my hook, sorry. Ruby says, I just noticed you're really close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. I'm trying to keep it in. So it's like, oh, more close, more. It's great. Yeah, so it is totally, it's one of those things. It's just a milestone. It doesn't really, now that I've got YouTube Live on my phone, it's like, whatevs. There's not a lot more I'll get, like from YouTube. I think I start getting some more back-end stuff, access to help when I need it, things like that. Nerdy Stitcher says it's crazy. Morrissey has like 3 lines of taxes. Yeah, it must be confusing. Like, does the product on the shelf have like a price, and then you get to the register and it's a different price, or does the product on the shelf include all your taxes? Because that would mess me up something fierce. Because in Australia they have to display, like if you're buying, say, groceries, they have to display the full amount including tax. There's no checkout shock. Oh, Vanessa, you need to talk to Karen Alpert about that. She's got a whole... I'll find the link. She's created an amazing website about the US and Australian having to pay American citizens who live in the US, who live in Australia, who still have to, because the United States is the only country, other than I think one other, that taxes its citizenry rather than its residents. And so it doesn't matter where in the world you live, if you're not paying your US taxes, you're in serious trouble. You had to pay... See, that's the thing. For us, fresh fruit and vegetables is one of our GST-free things. So we don't pay sales tax on fresh fruit and vegetables. Once something's been done to it, like if you buy a bag of cut up apples, like apple slices, then yes, there's GST on that. But if you buy just an apple, it's sales tax free. So taxes are added at the counter in the US. Oh my gosh, that's just got to be so annoying. Wow. Do you know, we have some of the most interesting discussions for a craft video. Like, we really do. We go off on tangents. I mean, it's probably my fault because, like, I'm supposed to be leading the conversation. But no, we just go off on random tangents. Now we're talking world tax systems. It's really interesting to me. I love it. Where are we? Aren't paying US taxes because Australia has a higher tax rate and we're under the income limit of the excess taxes. Oh, that's good. But just watch if you're putting money into Australian superannuation accounts, because depending on what you are doing, the US don't consider it superannuation and consider it savings. There's a random form we have to tax. We have a tax person file for us. Yeah, good call. At least it's not about bugs. Oh, thank God, yes. Don't bring the bugs back up again, because like Kim will go and start putting little spider emoticons on everything again, and it's like, oh no. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. How do you feel about Halloween? Dude, my mum is retired and still has to file the IRS. Oh no. Because Halloween is becoming bigger in Australia. It was never when I was a kid, no one ever did it. We would have the occasional fancy dress party, but that would be about it. But Abby seems really keen the last couple of years, and I'm just a little averse to it, because she doesn't want to put any effort into a costume. And I figure if you're not going to put any effort into a costume, you don't get to go trick-or-treating. Why do you always get the blame? Because you're the troublemaker, Kim. You are the ringleader. I know this. This is fact. This is not opinion. Everybody knows it. Vanessa says, totally a fall thing here in the heat. It's just odd. Yeah. Some things just don't suit our climate. I'm stopping my Abby from commenting no Halloween here. I like it as a Celtic holiday. A Scottish background. I cross-stitch stuff, crocheted stuff. I've got to go again. See you later. Have fun. Got to sew. Have fun sewing. It's just like Easter. Yeah, it does. It feels like it's the wrong time of the year, doesn't it? Like, it does. Like, we have to buy all the stuff in for Halloween because it doesn't actually like it's not. We don't have our natural fall colors now or autumn colors. We put up decorations for Halloween and visit a few neighbours who I have pre-visited and given them lollies to give to the kids. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Abby wants to get dressed up like with a group of friends and do a big, like, I think 5 girls is in like a, not so much a shared costume, but like as a theme that they all work together. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of it, and I like Halloween parties, and I like fancy dress parties in general. I think they're fun, but I don't know. I always have candy or lollies here, just in case someone turns up. And we just eat them because hardly anyone ever turns up. One year I didn't because no one came the year before, and then that year we had heaps of kids, and I had to run up the road, and yeah, it was not good. When my kids were little, we lived in a court and knew which houses were also kid friendly and went there. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think in the US, everyone, or 90% of people, are like for it, and so people are prepared for it, and whole neighborhoods and communities get involved, and they have like house competitions to, you know, which houses get the best sort of get up. And whereas here it's just like, if you do something, you look like your house will look odd in the street because no one else does. So not that I normally care about that kind of thing, because like, hello, what do I do for a living in Australia? It's not exactly normal here. I wish we'd celebrate the equinoxes and the solstices instead. Yeah, I like the solstices. I enjoy those, and that it feels sort of meaningful in a way, because you can feel the days getting longer and feel the days getting shorter and things like that. Yeah, it just seems to make more sense to me, but you know, I'm not in charge of the holidays. Oh, get out of there, you. So, like, we're not even finished 2 rounds. Oh my god, how much further until, like, yeah. How much further? And then I look at this pile. It's like so much further. So I've got my, like, so, because I'm crocheting today, I've got my crochet cow giveaway to do soon. And, yeah, so it's, yeah, my brain just went, my computer has started making a lot more noise. I think it's because it's heating up and it needs a lot more fans to go. We had to put the aircon on the other day. It feels weird to say, but we were hitting 30 degrees. So much more noodles for me to crochet. Yes, so many more noodles. So many more noodles. I've seen people knit like actual strands of marzipan and icing for cake decorating, and I just think, oh my gosh, I would destroy it. Like, the heat of my hands would just be like, done. Maybe I will have ramen for lunch. I was actually thinking about taking Abby out for sushi for lunch today, because it's hot and I don't want to cook. I made like a nice salad up for tea last night with some ham and stuff, and my husband was like, I had ham and salad for lunch. He's like, your salad is nicer, but, and then today he says to me, I don't want you to be offended or anything, but I'm buying lunch today because I don't want to have salad for lunch and then have salad again for dinner tonight. And I was just like, okay. And then it's like, he's put sushi in my like, the first thing I hear this morning is sushi. So even before coffee, before breakfast, my brain was like, yeah, oh, excuse me, yeah, sushi sounds like a plan. There's a sushi train near me. There's a sushi train near me too, Kim. I think they're different sushi trains, but they are, that we do have one near us. I think Abby's head's piped up like, oh, hang on, what? Oh, sorry, you got to, guys, you got to tell me when I take the crochet, because I actually crochet like this. Like, if I'm watching TV and stuff, I will literally pull it right up and go like this. But when I've got the camera, I feel like I have to put it under the camera and lean forward. Suze needs coffee. Yes, grab coffee, Suze. I've been slowly drinking mine. It got a bit cool. Stop making me want sushi. Sushi, 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 sushi. I don't like raw fish in my sushi. I like all the other sushis without the raw bits. That was my raw sushi song. Did you just like it? I'm not watching the screen, too busy knitting. Oh, that's good to know. There we go, and that's done. What do you think? Do you think it's coming along? I think it's getting there. It's going to be, I don't think it's going to be as big as I want. Burgers, Vietnamese, hot pot, ramen. Are you making up your own song? Because I can't hear it. You liked my sushi? Thank you, Ruby. Ruby liked my sushi song, you guys. Oh no, Andrea's local sushi place is gone. Do not eat sushi but love pot stickers. I like pot stickers too. And I like lots of different things that you can get at I don't know what's wrong with my head today. when you go for lunch and they bring all the trolleys around and you pick things off the trolleys, and yum cha. So yeah, I like yum cha. There's lots of things I don't like at yum cha, but there's lots of things I do like at yum cha. And it's really difficult because when you say, you know, does that have prawns in it? They're like, yes. And I'm like, no, I'm allergic to prawns. So yeah, so that's fun. That's fun trying to not eat things that will make me sick. But I love yum cha. I especially love, there's one down on the Gold Coast that I really like. I just looked at my socks and I realized I've done 6 rounds for each color so far. Oops. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, Andrea. You just have to be aware of it for your second sock, and then maybe put in, maybe try sock on rather than like, because you've got to keep working your color rounds until it's 4 centimeters from your longest toe. So just allow for it and work on it. I mean, you can pull it back if you want, but like, especially if you've got big feet, maybe doing, I don't know if you've got big feet, but if you've got longer feet, then maybe doing the extra round will be cool. I love the beef and snap peas. I like Peking duck. I like barbecue, the barbecue pork. I'm not a big duck fan, actually. I'm getting hungry now, you guys. I only had a bowl of cereal. There were no bananas. Yeah, so now I'm getting, oh man, I'm thinking about food and my mouth's watering. Hunker says I had a few G&Ts while knitting mine, and there's a few 7 rows. You've got bigger feet than your mum. That's right, Abby's got bigger feet than me too. Marion knows what she's having for tea now. Good job, Marion. I'm glad we could help. Look, I don't mind bugs as long as they're not on me. I like to look at bugs. I like to take photos of bugs. I just don't like them on me. And I don't like spiders. Like, spiders are not insects. Spiders are arachnids. Would you like to have a scorpion walk on you? No. So why would you let a spider walk on you? So, you know. Anyway. Wait, Australians call dinner tea. We do, yeah. Both. Dinner, tea. We use whatever. It's like food time. It's food o'clock. So it's, yeah. See, now it's like I've got it pulled out of the way and you can't see it. Oh my gosh. Let's try this. Let's try. Oh no. You remember how it's like, oh no, I've got my noodles all sorted out. I won't get them knotted up. I sat down to a knot. That sounds so British. Well, we are a British colony and we have, you know, a monarchy and you know, we have a prime minister rather than a president because, you know, they have to report to the governor general who reports to the queen. So, you know, we don't, we're not in charge. I don't like scorpions. Tea time equals dinner. Yeah, so it's, see, look, it doesn't matter what I do. No matter what I do, this camera is in the wrong position. Canadians don't call dinner tea, don't they? Well, it could be, you could have your US proximity thing going on. I don't know. I don't know. I call it supper or dinner. See, for me, supper is after dinner. It's not dinner. Supper is if you have a snack later. You have a cup of tea and a biscuit or something at like 9 o'clock. That's supper. I don't know, but at least that's what I thought it was. And if like we go on camp, supper's always a drink. No, there's high tea in Canada, but yeah, high tea is a totally different animal. That's like the little sandwiches and the cakes and on the layered things. That's a high tea. My ex would call lunch dinner. It drove me mental. I've got it's like, it's not really an uncle, but practically an uncle, and he calls lunch dinner. I think he just called all meals dinner. Time check 11:14. Oh, I got to give something away, don't I? Okay, so we need another question. What is, because we're just going to go random today. Today's questions are completely random, brought to you by Random McRandom Pants. What is your all-time favorite dinner / nighttime meal? Like, if you could choose anything that you wanted to have, what would you choose to have as your dinner / nighttime meal? Doesn't matter about temperatures or anything like that. Don't worry if it's too hot. And then whoever comes up with the best one wins the silk and the crochet hook so that you can make your own dragon scales cowl. You're freezing on me. I got good stream here, Ruby. It could be... Oh, I think it's your place, Ruby, because your mum's lost me as well. You guys, quick. Oops. For me, what's my favorite? Do you know what? I mean, I don't cook it. This is something I don't cook, but I love to eat. I like a really nice roast pork dinner. I don't cook pork, and I don't know why. I just have a thing. I just don't cook roast pork. I don't cook roasts at all. But if I go somewhere and it looks like they've got really nice roast pork, that's what I have. And I like a roast pork dinner. I'm not a huge fan of the crackling, but I like applesauce and gravy on a roast pork dinner. You're about to yell at the kiddo. It's all gone bad. It's all gone bad. No, but I'm good. I've got like good stream. Oh no, I haven't. Hang on a second. Hey Abby, you haven't jumped online or anything, have you? Okay. Oh guys, we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna wait it out. I just checked with Abby and she's not on. But like, it was really confusing because I've got green lines on my streaming software, and then I went into YouTube and YouTube is not green. It's orange and it's not good. So we're going to do this giveaway, you guys. So you need to tell me what your favorite dinner would be. I was talking about my favorite dinner. So you have to tell me your favorite dinner.
I was doing origami.
Abby was doing origami, you guys. Here, this is what she was making, little cranes. Cranes. Do these ones have the tail thing that moves? Is it the tail or the head?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how they work. Yeah. Anyway,
They're
they're cute. Yeah, chat kept going. Chicken parma, chili mud crab. Oh, that sounds good. We're talking
fish
about
and chips.
Is that your favourite dinner? If you could have anything in the world, you'd want fish and chips.
No.
What would you want?
I'd either have her mashed potato with chicken schnitzel and veggies. I got a few choices. That one, mac and cheese,
These are really her favourites.
and Domino's.
Yeah, I know. What's with Domino's?
What's with lasagna pizza?
Everyone's letting me know what their favourite dinners are to have.
Lobster.
Lobster. I've had lobster once in my life and it was nice and it didn't set off my allergy.
Mashed potato.
I don't have a famous mashed
Oh,
potato.
not mashed
Abby just
potato.
really likes it.
Not mashed potato. Potato salad.
It's not famous. It's just our family likes it. That's
Well,
all.
look, it says Mum's famous.
Mum, that's Ruby's mum's famous
I know,
creamy
exactly.
chicken pasta.
Exactly, and you've got
Especially if Mum
famous...
cooks the roast lamb or pork. Has Abby tried pizza capers? Abby has no taste buds. Honestly, she has no taste when it comes to food. Trust me. It's so disheartening. I used to cook all sorts of amazing meals and now it's just like mashed potato, broccoli, corn, and something. It's very boring.
I haven't even had lobster.
I made some beautiful meals for myself while they were away. I made this gorgeous thing in the
spaghetti.
because she likes tin spaghetti. Steamed veg. See, I like Karen Alpert
Salt and butter.
is a problem for me. Karen, you're a problem. She made me addicted to ranch dressing on steamed broccoli. It's out of this world. I love it. So Abby, we need to pick a winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Chinese.
So here it is. So this is where they started talking about the things that they love.
Okay, just go.
That's it. It's all on one screen. Marion, you have won this beautiful silk
Steamed veggie with salt and butter.
and a hook.
Woo!
Congratulations,
Can
Marion.
you win a swan or crane?
Yep, and a yellow crane as well.
Oh, you can have a colour selection.
Marion, you have to choose between a pink or a yellow crane.
It's purple.
Sorry, purple. So we'll put the crane on it We'll put, and you can let me know which one you want, and we'll try and somehow. I'll probably pack it like that, so you'll have to fold his little wings down, so you know, so that it can survive the journey all the way to Victoria.
Wait, Victoria.
Yep.
Victoria.
Marianne. I've got to write this down. Marianne is a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Marianne. Dragon
yep,
scale.
She said yellow. That's it, yellow.
Scale cow.
She said yellow, please.
And yellow swan. Okay. Abby, I've got to write it down, otherwise
Did Abby get the proper paper for origami? I don't know.
She has got some.
Origami back.
She has got some proper paper. Yeah, we've seen it at Daiso. We've grabbed some every now and again, but we've got to get some more.
Daiso now.
I'm sorry, whatever it's called.
At Japanese at school, they're like, there's like this place called Daiso, and I'm like, it's Daiso.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I just say a word.
Daiso.
Crane. What did I not call it a crane? Did I call it something else?
I called it a swan.
Oh, okay. I love Daiso too. It's such a good shop. I got the things I go to Daiso for. Bye, Tammy. I'll see you later.
Bye, Tammy.
I went and got, because I like making like little cocktails, and when I say cocktails, I mean little cocktails, not like the big. You can't walk after drinking it. I like little ones, like the little tiny. They're like 120 ml cocktail glasses, like little tiny martini glasses. And I love those. And I had been hunting around for the small ones, and I couldn't find them anywhere. I could find massive ones that held like, 10 ounces. But I couldn't find any that only held like, I think I wanted 3 or 4 ounce ones. But Daiso had them, and I bought 6. And I make lots of little martinis and espresso martinis, and then I can have a couple. I know I don't have to fill the glass, but then I also have to try and wash the glass and have it sit in a rack and not fall down, and all that kind of stuff. So I like a little one, and they also don't get, like, because you make a smaller amount, they stay cold longer. What are you doing? They stay cold longer, and I don't like it when my booze gets warm. I like cold booze. So where are we at? I'm just checking the time, because I really wanted to get to 2 rows at least. No, that's not them. No, that's from my P&O cruise, and that's not it either.
No,
that's from a P&O cruise
too.
Enough,
right? It's bigger than my head.
That's for daiquiris. Seems like a waste. You should just use the big glasses and drink faster so it's still cold. That's not how I do it. I use a little glass. And then I go. Oh, someone's out the front. I don't think it's here. I think it's next door. Dogs losing their minds again, you guys. Dogs losing their minds.
Alert.
Abby,
What?
You just yelled in my ear.
I think it's Andy.
I don't know who it is.
What the heck?
That's a scary looking dude. Sorry, you guys can just watch us, watch the neighbours. That's not our neighbour, by the way. It's someone else. Who's not our neighbour.
We have a short-haired neighbour.
And this is anyway, we won't go into it. No deliveries. No, I don't believe it's a delivery. I could be incorrect. It may well be, and it could be someone looking for the house, because the street number is not big enough. Abby, can you go and... What?
The dude!
Okay, can you please go and stop Georgie from barking? He's making me insane.
Georgie, you're making her insane.
Where are we? There is people walking around out there. I used to get cocktails in the shaker. Instead of giving me the shot glasses, the bartender would take the lid off and put a straw in it. I love my shaker. I've got a nice stainless steel shaker. What I tend to do is I tend to make enough martini or, whatever in it, and then just drop it in the freezer. And then I can just, make a big batch. Might make 2 or 3 little ones. And then I can just top it up. And it's still icy cold the entire time. Gotta love that. I don't know what's going on out there. He's just walking around and around. It's like his truck broke down. He's just walking around and around it. At least you know your dogs are alert when someone nears your house. Look, you know, that sounds like a good plan, but you know what's especially funny?
They just
The
bark
dog.
at nothing.
Well, they do. They bark at nothing. But the dogs will be asleep, and then someone knocks on the door, and the dogs are angry. They're like, you came near our door, and you touched the door, and you've made us look bad because we didn't hear you come in the really noisy front gate. It cracks me up. It cracks me up. Georgie's due for a haircut, as you can tell from behind me. He's quite fluffy.
George,
He doesn't like cameras, Abby.
he does. He likes sleeping on my bed.
He does like sleeping on beds.
Ooh, what's the angry pants?
Oh dear.
Fluffy newborn. Fluffy newborn.
Holiday streams, hey guys.
Yeah, mate.
Just we can't win, can we?
Excuse me.
So if Abby goes off and gets ready and brushes her teeth and what have you, we might have sushi for lunch today.
Okay, I'm gonna go brush my teeth. Wait, sushi for lunch? Don't we have it for dinner?
Yeah, we do, but we can have it for lunch.
Can we bring Georgie?
No, we can't take Georgie.
Oh, he's cute.
He is a cute pooch, but he is the troublemaker of the dog people in our
And
house.
if someone walks past and he's on the table, he's just gonna smash all the cups.
Yeah, like he'll sit on the backs of the couches and he will like lunge from one couch to the other. And so sometimes he will,
There's cups on the table.
if there's a cup on a coffee table, he'll just take it out. Are you going to brush your teeth or not? Or are you just listening in?
I'm just listening.
All right, off you go, please.
Georgie, do you wanna brush your teeth?
My dog is 80 pounds. And he wants
Dog.
that's one big dog. And Snowy snores. Georgie doesn't snore though.
Yeah, he does.
Well, not very loudly. Abby is just queen contrary today. Can I come to sushi? Well, look, you'll have to talk to your mum, but you're more than welcome to join us if you know she wants to bring you out this way. She's got a prize to pick up at some stage, so you know it's got to happen at some stage, I suppose. Oh, guys, I'm floundering. What it is it's gotten really hot. And I'm just, it says Chantel, who is grabbing for a coffee, but my coffee is now technically an iced coffee, so. Back in the bathroom with your toothbrush, please.
I am in the bathroom.
So I've got things to mail out. I've got to keep off my leg. And I've got dyeing to do. And I've got yarn pictures to put up on the website. I'm just giving you guys my to-do list. Yarn pictures to sort of attach to yarn on my website. The pictures are there, but they're not attached to anything, so you can't see them yet. Hey, what about the Hangout, the Google Hangout? I'm not sure what you mean. Or you're thinking about like setting, I remember now. We went to Australia Zoo yesterday and it was so hot in the afternoon. Yeah, it's been getting hot here. I actually found this really great software. I use it for another group that I'm in called Zoom.us, and it's a really good conferencing. And I had, as far as I could tell, there was no lag even for my stupid upload. And we had, I think there was nearly 20 people in this conversation, and it was really good. Bad time to buffer. Oh, sorry. But yeah, we'll have to organise a Google Hangout or something for us to all chat to each other. But don't forget, we've got Discord as well. There's a Discord chat. If I'm not sure if you're a member of the Fibrific Fun Zone over on Facebook, but over there I've got the details of how to join the Fibrific Discord conversations. But we haven't really been doing much, if I'm really honest, because I go and have a little look every now and again. If there's no one there, I just go away. You guys, I am going to head off and take my daughter out for lunch, and then I'm going to come home and ice my knee, because that's what we do now. We go out and I come home and ice my knee. That's it, Abby, squat it down. I will post out these prizes. What's today? Thursday, so I'll post them out tomorrow. And then I will catch you later. I'm going to be popping heaps of stuff on Instagram, lots of cool photos, and I will see you all next week.
I don't want to go.
Bye.
Bye. You're all awesome.